Have you ever had such a strange dream that you spent days thinking about it? Or have you ever felt like there was something inside you trying to tell you something, but you didn't know what? Carl Jung believed this wasn't a coincidence. He said that inside each of us, there's a hidden world, a silent language made of images, myths, archetypes, a world that guides us, even when we think we're in control. Today, you're going to enter that universe, and maybe by the end of this video, you'll never look at your dreams or yourself the same way again. The hidden map of the mind. For Jung, the human mind isn't made only of logical thoughts. There's something deeper, vaster, and more mysterious. He called it the unconscious. But Jung's unconscious isn't just a mental trash of forgotten memories. It's a living, pulsating system full of symbols constantly trying to guide us, heal us, and even warn us. It's like each of us carries a secret guide inside our mind. Except this guide doesn't speak with words. It speaks with images, dreams, the voice of the unconscious. Jung said, "Dreams are the letters the soul writes to you every night. They are symbolic messages coming from the unconscious, but be careful. Dreaming about a lion, for example, doesn't necessarily mean what you read in an interpretation book. For Jung, the symbol is personal. It speaks based on your story, your culture, your fears and desires. That's why understanding your dreams isn't just about decoding images. It's about diving into yourself, listening to your soul, and starting a conversation with what you're hiding, and also with what you're becoming. Archetypes, the eternal masks. In our psyche, there are universal forms of thought and behavior. Jung called them archetypes. They are inherited patterns that have existed since the dawn of humanity. The hero, the shadow, the wise old man, the mother, the innocent. These figures appear in myths, movies, religions, and above all, inside. Have you ever noticed how certain stories seem to speak directly to your soul? That happens because archetypes awaken something ancestral in us. They aren't fictional characters. They are parts of who you are, or who you need to be. The shadow. Everything you reject. But not all symbols are beautiful. There's a part of the psyche Jung called the shadow. Everything you reject, hide, deny. Your anger, your envy, your repressed sexuality, your ambition. Everything you don't accept in yourself ends up in the shadow, but ignoring the shadow is dangerous, because what you deny keeps acting. In your choices, your relationships, your deepest fears. The path to healing begins when you recognize the shadow, and instead of fighting it, you learn to listen to what it's trying to say. The process of individuation. For Jung, the goal of life isn't to be perfect, it's to be whole. What does that mean? It means uniting the conscious with the unconscious, integrating what you show the world with what you hide even from yourself. He called this process individuation. It's the journey back to your true self, the one that exists behind the social masks. Individuation isn't self-help. It's radical self-knowledge. It's facing your fears, accepting your contradictions, and taking control of your own existence. The language of symbols. Symbols are the bridge between what you think and what you feel but don't understand. They're in everything. In your dreams, in your words, in the images that touch you. That's why Jung's work was almost artistic, deciphering the human soul like someone interpreting a painting. He believed that if you learned to listen to your symbols, you'd never feel lost again, because the right symbol, at the right moment, has the power to completely transform your life. You can keep ignoring your dreams, You can go on living as if you were in total control. But deep down, something inside you knows there's a part of you that you still haven't found. And maybe that part has been trying to call you for a long time. Carl Jung didn't promise easy answers, but he showed that when you have the courage to face what's inside you, you begin to see the world and yourself with new eyes, the hidden map of the mind. The human mind is like an iceberg. The conscious part, the one you perceive, is just the tip. Beneath the surface, hidden, is the unconscious, vast, mysterious, full of coded messages. But for Jung, the unconscious is not an enemy, it is an ally, a force that wants to guide us, protect us, and even complete us. Only it doesn't speak with words, it speaks with images, symbols, patterns, like a dream you wake up from without understanding, but that insists on staying with you. Dreams and personal symbolism. Dreams are not nonsense. For Jung, they are messages sent by the unconscious to help you grow, but they don't use logic. They use symbols, and each symbol carries a unique meaning for each person. Dreaming of fire might mean passion for one, but it could mean repressed anger for another. That's why trying to understand your dreams with ready-made dictionaries is useless. You need to decipher what that symbol represents for you within your culture, your childhood, your story. Self-knowledge doesn't come ready. It reveals itself little by little, like a puzzle assembled in the dark. Archetypes, the DNA of the soul. Jung discovered that beyond personal symbols, there are universal forms that appear in every culture in the world. These are the archetypes, primordial images that live in the collective unconscious of humanity. The hero, the mother, the wise old man, the trickster. These figures appear in Greek myths, African fables, Eastern religions, and even Hollywood films. And it's no coincidence. These archetypes are alive inside each of us. They help us understand our role in life, our challenges and our choices. When you feel lost, confused, it's likely that one of these archetypes is trying to emerge. Maybe it's time to let the old die and the hero be born. The shadow, the other that lives in you. Have you ever felt ashamed of something you thought? Have you ever reacted with anger to something that wasn't even that serious? Welcome to the shadow. The shadow, according to Jung, is everything you don't want to be. And so you hide, but hiding doesn't solve anything because what you repress acts anyway. You can deny that you're aggressive, but it shows up in sarcastic comments. You can deny your pride, but you feel envy toward those who succeed. The shadow is not evil. It is the forgotten part of you, and only when you look it in the face, without fear, without guilt, do you begin to set yourself free. Integrating the shadow is like accepting a brother you've disowned your whole life. It's painful, but liberating masks and characters. Jung said that we all wear a mask, the persona. It's what we show the world, polite, strong, friendly, confident. But behind that mask, there's a true self that isn't always pretty, isn't always kind, but is real. The problem isn't having a persona. The problem is confusing the mask with your own skin. When you believe too much in the character, you forget who you really are. And then the crisis begins, the emptiness, the feeling that something's missing, that something is you, buried under other people's expectations. The process of individuation. Jung's journey is the journey of integration. He called it individuation, the process of uniting all the parts that live inside you. Persona, the shadow, the archetypes, the desires and fears, all of that needs to meet, to understand each other, and form a whole. To individuate is not to become an enlightened being, it's to become a whole being. You'll still make mistakes, suffer, feel anger, but now with awareness. And that changes everything. The symbol that transforms. Symbols are not decorations of the mind. They are portals of transformation. An image, a song, a dream. Any of these might be the missing key for you to understand something that's been stuck inside you for years. The right symbol, at the right moment, can heal a wound that logic could never reach. That's why Jung insisted, learn to listen to the symbols of your soul. They are speaking to you all the time. You just need to stop shouting and start listening. The journey into yourself is the most dangerous and the most rewarding. While most people run from their shadows, Jung invites you to face them. While most live by the mask, Jung invites you to tear it off. While many settle for ready-made answers, Jung offers questions that will change your entire life. You can keep ignoring the symbols, but sooner or later, they'll come knocking at your door. And when that happens, may you have the courage to open it.